topic and some questions of arithmetic progression. Okay, so here I have tried to capture two questions initially, and we'll take further questions based upon our discussion, right? So here the questions we have taken: to prove S12 as 3 times S8 minus S3 for any AP, and in an AP if A7, B23, C, these are the series of the AP, these are the terms of the AP, then what are the values of this A, B and C if this is the series of AP, right? Now what we will do, let us start. Students, for any AP, what is the full form of AP? AP is arithmetic progression. AP is arithmetic progression, right? So in this, what we are seeing, in any AP which is in the form of a, let's say the first term is A1, A2, A3, A4 till the nth term an. So we can say that the first term is A1. So I am writing it as first term. Similarly, A2 is the second term of the series of progression, right? So this is the second term, writing it as second, and this is third, this is fourth, like that, and the last term of any AP is the nth term. Nth term. Why n? It's n because n is a variable and it can be anything depending upon the series of the AP. And if A1 is the first term, the nth term of AP, that is the last term, or n can be, if you put the value of n as a variable, it can be A1 also, A2 also, A3, A4 or whatever depending upon the value of n. So the nth term of AP can be defined as A plus n minus 1 into D, right? What is n, what is D, what is A? Here A is the first term, this one, A1. So we can write it as A as first term, n number of terms of that AP, number of terms minus 1. So this n is n minus 1 is that value, and D is the common difference. Common difference. So what is common difference? So if the series is like this, A1, A2, A3, A4 till AN, then subtract from the second term the first term, you will get the value of D, and this is this common difference. Similarly, from the next consecutive term, if this is the second consecutive term, A2, and this is the third consecutive term, A3, then if you subtract A2 from A3, subtracting A2 from A3, right? Mind my words. Then this will give you D. This is the same D, this common difference. You can mark it. So anywhere here, if you take the third and fourth consecutive terms, it will be A4 minus A3. This will also give the value of D, right? Similarly, if you consider nth term and subtract the n minus 1th term from it, you will get the value of D, right? So this is a tradition or pattern which is followed in any of the AP, right? Now, one more formula you need to understand and remember, that the sum of n terms of AP, what that? The sum of n terms of AP is written as Sn equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. You know the value of n, this one. Whatever be the series, you are knowing it. N is known to us, a is the first term. So I'm mentioning it over here again. It's first term, right? And d is the common difference. So let us do some questions and try to understand the application of these formulas. So we have read only two formulas in AP, only two. What is the first formula? This one. An equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, right? This is the first formula. And the second formula is Sn equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? We will use only these two formulas and rotate based upon the position, right? Based upon the requirement to solve our questions. So let us do the second question first. If this is the series of AP which is given to us, okay, it's not visible now. Let me show it. If this is the question A7, B23 and C, if this is the series of question, then we need to calculate the value of A, B and C, right? So just I am putting a new paper over here, okay? If the series is A7, B23 and C, this is the AP. We need to calculate the value of A, B and C, right? This is the question. Now what we will do? Here you can just see the second term. Second term is 7 and the first term is A. So just write the first term. First term is A and the second term minus first term will give you the common difference. So why not use the same concept as we discussed here? Common difference is equal to D. That is the consecutive term, the next consecutive term minus the previous one. So it will be coming as 7 minus A. So we can write 7 minus A as common difference D. So this is one of the equation which we are having, right? Again, take this third and second term. Then we get third term is B. B minus 7. What will be the value? Tell me. B minus 7 is will give again the same common difference D. So this is our second equation. Now the third term and fourth term, 23 minus B, this will also give the common difference D, right? Isn't it? And the last term minus the second last, that means C minus 23 will also give you the common difference D. So just observe these four equations. Equation 1, 2, 3 and 4. What you will see? You are seeing that D is common in all these four equations. So we can easily equate each of these equations, right? So when we are equating it, what we are getting from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, can't we say that 7 minus a equal to b minus 7, right? So again we are having two variables a and b. So just use only those two equations where one of the variable can be eliminated. So here you can see b and d. This is a equation in two variables b and d, and this is also equation in two variables b and d. So there are two equations here, b minus 7 equal to d and 23 minus b equal to d. That is equation number 2 and equation number 3. That should be used first, right? Because this will help you to eliminate one of the variable and you will get the value of the second variable, right? So use equation 3 and 2 and 3. So by 2 and 3 you just equate, because this is the both of these equations or all these four equations are equal to d. So from 2 and 3 we can write b minus 7 equal to 23 minus b. So observe it very clearly, only one variable is left with us and d is eliminated, right? So we can write, bring b over here, we get b plus b equal to 23 plus 7, because 7 is also going to the RHS, right? So b plus b equal to 23 plus 7, or we can say 2b equal to 23 plus 7, that is 30, and we get b as 30 by 2, which comes as 15. Just divide 30 by 2. So 30 by 2 equal to 15 is the value of b, right? So the value of b is calculated over here. Now what we will do, if the value of b is known to us, then go to a relation where b is used here and also here. Okay, so the value of b is known to us. What we did, you understood. Now take another relation, 23 and b is calculated, and again c minus, so if we are knowing with the b, we can calculate the value of d, that is b minus 7, right? So b minus 7 is d, that is b minus 7 equal to d, and just put up the value of b from here to here. What you will having, 15 minus 7. So what is the value of 15 minus 7? 15 minus 7 is 8. So you are getting the value of common difference d. D is the common difference. So the value of d is calculated as 8, right? Here you can see 8. If the value of d is known and b is known, right? D and b is known to us. So we can write it over here, d as 8, d equal to 8, this is calculated, b equal to 15, this is also calculated. Now from here, if you are knowing the value of d, just you can put up into equation 1 to get the value of a. So from here what we will do, from 1, this is equation number 2, this is equation number 1. So from 1, 7 minus a equal to d, that means 7 minus a will be coming as equal to the common difference d. What's that? D is, we have calculated 8. So from here a is calculated as 7 minus 8, which is equal to minus 1. So a equal to minus 1 is the third value which we have calculated, right? So now we are known with the three values a, b and d, right? A, B and D. Here D is common difference. Mind it. Right? So one variable is still available with us whose value is not known. Right? One variable is still available. What's that? So one variable which is available to us is C. We are not knowing the value of C. So for C, what we will do? You take the relation 1, 2, 3 and 4. Which equation need to be used? Tell me the equation number 4. Where? So writing from 4, what's that? From 4 C minus 23 is D. C minus 23 is D. And the value of D is known to us here. 8 equal to D. Just put it and calculate the value of C as D plus 23. That means 23 plus 8, which is coming as 31. So the value of C is coming as 31. So C is coming as 31. So we have calculated the value of A, that is minus 1, value of B, that is 15, and value of C, that is 31. So this is the answer which we have derived, right? Now we will take some more questions of arithmetic progression where we will see what are the different types of questions and how to solve those questions, right? I have taken another question where we need to prove that S12 equal to 3 times A set minus S3, right? For any AP, any arithmetic progression, we need to prove S12 equal to 3 times A set minus S3. So that I am going to prove now. Just a second. I need to check. I am just replacing the paper. 1 minute. Okay. So we are going to solve the first question shown over here, that is S12 equal to 3 times S set minus S3. So if the AP is A1, A2, A3 till AN, right? We know the formula of S. Sum of n terms of AP is n by 2 times 2A plus n minus 1 into D, right? You remember we have discussed this formula, right? So just I am writing the same formula over here again. Here you can see the value of A1 is A1. So we need to prove S12 equal to 3 times S8 minus S3. This need to be proved. This one, right? So what we will do? Go to the first step. Take the LHS. What is the LHS? This is S12. So if n equal to 12, what will be the value of S12? Tell me. Sorry. Just put up the value. If this is 12, then in place of n, we will be writing it as 12, by 2 and 2a plus n minus d. So a is the first term. So instead of a1, we will be using the letter a only, right? I don't think any confusion with you. Yes, just use a1 in place of a1, use a, because that is coming into our formula. So it will be coming as 2a plus n minus 1. So n is 12. Mind it. You can see here 12. So 12 minus 1 is 11 into d. So this is the value of S12. And if you just calculate it further, it will be coming as 6 times 2a plus 11d, and in turn finally it is coming as 12a, 6 to 12, 6 11 66, 12a plus 66d. So this is the value of S12 which we are having. This is S12, right? Now in the RHS we have 3 times S8 minus S3. This value should be equal to this one, 3 times S8 minus S3. The same thing which I have written over here. This is the question, right? So 3 times S8 minus S3, you will get that value only when you know the value of S8 and S3. So in the RHS, this was LHS, right? And in the RHS, we have 3 times S8 minus S3. So do one thing, just calculate the value of S8 first and S3 first, where S8 and S3 denotes the sum of 8 terms of that AP, initial 8 terms, and S3 is the sum of initial 3 terms of that AP. So S3, what will be the value of S3? Just put up the value into the formula Sn equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So here in place of n it will be coming as 3 because S3. So it will be 3 by 2 into 2a 2a plus n minus 1, that is 3 minus 1. This will be coming as 2d, isn't it? 2a plus 2d. So this is the value of S3. Now what is the value of S8? If it will be S8, using the same formula, n by 2 equal to 2a plus n minus 1 into d, put up the value of 8 in place of n. This will be coming as 8 by 2, 2a, 2a. A is a kind of variable to us that is not known even in S12. D is also a variable to us. Okay. So what we will do, just put up the value and we'll getting the answer of LHS and RHS in terms of A and D. Okay. So 2A plus S, just coming to the point again where we have left S8. S8 equal to 8 by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1. This will be for in place of n write 8. So 8 minus 1 will be 7 into D, it will be 7D, right? So we are getting the value of S8 as 4 8 by 2 into 2a plus 7d, 8 by 2 into 2a plus 7d. We have not divided 8 by 2 because you can see we have to calculate S8 minus S3, and in S3 we have already 2 into the denominator, right? So 3 times S8 minus S3, what it will give? It will give 3 into S8. S8 will be 8 by 2 into 2a plus 7d, isn't it? The same thing. I'm just putting up the value, students. Here, asset minus s3. What is the value of s3? It's 3 by 2 into 2a plus 2d. Just put up the value from above. 3 by 2 into 2a plus 2d, right? So we have put up the value over here. Now, since 3 is common, and you can see 1 by 2 is common into both these terms. Here, 3 by 2, 8 by 2. So bringing this 1 by 2 common, we will be having inside the bracket 8 times 2a plus 7d minus 3 times 2a plus 2d, isn't it? 2a plus 2d. I'm just putting up the value over here, right? Now, here, this is a set minus s3, a set minus s3, and we have put up the value over here. Now, I need to check the question again. Oh, it's a set minus s4 actual mein. This is a set minus s4. Okay. So if this will be a set minus s4, this will be coming in place of this. You will be writing it as, we need to correct it. In place of s4, if this will be s4, like this, if this will be s4, when you are correcting it, you are getting the exact concept behind it, right? If this will be 4, this will be 4 by 2, this will be 4 by 2 into 2a plus 4 minus 1, this will be 3d, right? So if this is 4, a set minus s4, so instead of s3, it will be coming as s4. So we are getting 8 by 2 into 2a plus 7d. The value of a set will be same, but in place of s3, if we are removing it with s4, we are getting 4 by 2 times 2a plus 3d. So this will be like this, 2a plus 3d. Taking 1 by 2 common, this will be the same. And 8 times 2a plus 7d will left with minus 4 times. Since this was s4, instead of s3, this will be coming as 4. 2a plus 3d, right? Now, going to the next step. Students, mind it. In this question, we have taken and started solving this question with s3, but in the question it was mentioned at s4. This was my writing mistake, so that's why I corrected it. And when I am correcting it from s3 to s4, what are the changes I need to do, that I am showing. In place of s3, I am writing s4 and just applying the same formula. In place of n, instead of 3, use 4 for s4. So that I am just mentioned over here, right? Now, putting up the value and recheck the value, it will be coming at like this. So the RHS will be 3 times a set minus s4, right? So here also I need to correct. This need to prove, right? So into the RHS, we are left with 3 by 2 times. Inside the bracket, just open the brackets. 16a plus 56 7 56d minus 8a minus 8a minus 12d, right? So use the right terms together. So when you assemble the right terms or the correct, the similar terms together, 16a minus 8a will be giving you 8a, right? 16a minus 8a will be giving you 8a, and 56d minus 12d, 56d minus 12d will be giving you 6 minus 2, 4, 5 minus 1, 4. 44d. This will be giving you 44d. Now you can see 2 into the denominator. You can cut this. This 8 and 44 can be divided by 2. So we are getting it 3 times 4a minus 22d. 3 times 4a minus 22d. 3 times 4a minus 22d. So just open it. 3 into 4, it will be coming as 12a, and now 22 into 3, this will be coming as 66d, right? So 56 minus 12 is coming as plus 44, right? This will be. So 3 times S8 minus S4, this is also coming as 12a plus 66d. And this was the same over here. This was our LHS, S12. And this is our RHS. So here we have proved that S12 equal to 3 times S8 minus S4. I think you are able to see it. 3 times S8 minus S4. So this is proved, right? So in this arithmetic progression, we have proved S12 equal to 3 times S8 minus S4, right? Where S4 is the sum of total four terms of that AP. That is the initial 4 terms, right? And S8 is the sum of initial 8 terms of that AP, and similarly S12 is the sum of initial 12 terms of that AP, right? So I did a mistake in writing the question initially, that instead of S4 I have written it as S3. So I'm not saying you should do it, but you should know that if you did some mistake, how to correct it. So if this instead of S3 it is S4, I corrected it over here, and after that in the RHS, the instead of S3 it will be coming as S4. Putting up the value of S4 using the same formula Sn, Sn equal to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Instead of n equal to 3, we replaced with n equal to 4. And finally substituting it into the RHS, that is 3 times S8 minus S3. In place of 3 times S8 minus S3, we are using the correct one, correct RHS, that is 3 times S8 minus S4. And now we just came up with this value, that is 12a plus 66d. So 12a plus 66d is our RHS, and into the LHS we have S12 whose value is 12a plus 66d. So you can see LHS and RHS, both the values, this LHS and this RHS, both the values are same, and we have proved that S12 equal to 3 times S8 minus S4. Now I want to have some questions. What about D? Hi Jonathan, D is the common difference which is intact. That means that is a variable to us, right? D is the common difference which will be acting as a variable to us. What we did in this question, we have proved that whatever the value of S12, that is equal to 3 times S8 minus S4. But mind it, don't go into solving this question and get the value, but you need to think how to prove it. So we have derived the value of S12 into the form of A and D, right? Similarly, the RHS, that is 3 times S8 minus S4, that is also coming into the form of A and D. So you just see A and D, RHS is coming into the form of and A and D are acting as a variable to us. A is the first term of the AP, D is the common difference. Don't go into the calculations. Okay, just you are getting LHS S12 into the form of A and D, and the RHS is also into the form of A and D. So whatever the variables or constants coming in as the value of S12, just put it as it is, because it's given that in any AP you need to prove S12 equal to 3 times S8 minus S4, right? So AP can be anything. So the value of A and D can vary depending upon the that particular arithmetic progression. Okay, it can be anyone, but this is a standard derivation or proof which we have made, that is S12 equal to 3 times S8 minus S4. That's simple. Yeah. So here we have seen, I think I am able to clarify you. Jonathan Teuton. So A and D are variables. Okay. So we'll come up with more questions of arithmetic progression. Even we have some time, we can take few more questions if you want. And you can go into my playlist. There are multiple questions of arithmetic progression. You can refer that, and we can discuss more details on it if required. Okay. And thank you for watching it, and keep on learning. Happy learning. Bye bye. I am stopping this live session now. Thank you.